As the quarter draws to a close, here is a check on the latest of Tesla prices and options. We are presenting them here in comparison of the last quarter end, along with the updated options, discontinued or added trims, and the prevalent incentives. Our last such check was published on the 19th of September 2023, just prior to the end of the quarter 3. The link to the video of the same is available in the description. In this video, we'll look at the notable changes since. The price of the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive with the LFP battery has been reduced by $1,250 and now stands at $38,990. The Tesla Model 3 long range was priced at $47,240 at the time of our last update and is currently priced at $45,990, also down by $1,250. The Model 3 performance has been reduced by $2,250 and now stands at $50,990. These are the only changes we see on the Tesla Model 3 prices. The Model Y has a new rear-wheel drive trim on offer priced at $43,990. This was not on offer at the time of the last update. The Model Y with the 4680 structural battery pack was introduced and withdrawn in the preceding period. So the entry-level Model Y now is the rear-wheel drive option. The Model Y long range, priced at $50,490 at the time of our last update, then the entry-level Model Y is currently priced at $48,990, down by $1,500. And the Model Y Performance, which was priced at $54,490, is now available at $52,490, less by $2,000. For both the Model 3 and Y, this is how Tesla has worded the guidance on the tax credit and other offered incentives. And I quote, all new Model 3 and Y vehicles currently qualify for a federal tax credit for eligible buyers. $7,500 tax credit expected to reduce to $3,750 on December 31st, pending federal guidance. Take delivery to guarantee full incentive. Receive 6 months of free supercharging by taking delivery of Model Y or Model 3 by December 31st. End quote. The Tesla Model S has the same two options, the dual motor base car and the tri-motor plaid. The Model S dual motor all-wheel drive was priced at $74,990 in our last update on the 19th of September, while the Model S tri-motor all-wheel drive was priced at $89,990 on the same date. There is no change in the prices of either of the trims since. The options too appear to be the same as on our last update. Refer to the link in the description to catch up on that video. The Model X dual motor all-wheel drive has the same price as on our last update. The Model X tri-motor all-wheel drive plaid has however seen an increase of $5,000 since and is currently priced at $94,990. The dual motor variant does qualify for the US federal tax credit as on date, and updates, if any, to that will have to be seen come Jan 1, 2024. So that summarizes the latest offers from Tesla on its 4 models. We do expect some significant developments from the availability of the Model 3 refresh and the CyberTruck. Do look for our future updates for the same. It was also a good time to take a broad view of the US electric vehicle market. So we are presenting our views on how things appear to us going into 2024. If we were to look at the 3 big EV markets, the US, Europe and China, US is still doing the catch up. In fact, there is ample evidence emerging that suggests some slowdown here in the US. with the uptake of electric vehicles. The factors are worth examining. Only the three US states of California, Texas, and Florida collectively account for over half the total US electric vehicle registrations. And the three main factors responsible for low overall uptake are charging, pricier insurance, and fuel that's way more cheaper in comparison to, say, Europe. At first, let's look at charging. Even though the charging infrastructure is being laid out at breakneck speed, it's still a vast geography to cover. The requirement of a home charger for level 1 and 2 of charging is a significant cost to be incurred upfront. DC fast charging has been a failure for the most part outside the Tesla network, with Electrify America, the largest of the non Tesla networks, failing with reliability. This factor alone can significantly discourage new adopters. The heavy vehicles that US consumers prefer are that much more energy hungry, and the affordable small electric car has never really happened. GM's Bolt EV and EUV models have been under uncertainty of continuity, and EV startups have understandably focused on large vehicles first. Insurance costs on electric cars are significantly higher. One reason why Tesla offers its own insurance. Fuel, which has been expensive in the recent times, is still cheaper in comparison to Europe. It's a major incentive to go electric, and it has inadvertently delayed the adoption. On this channel, we have presented videos that try to simplify EV adoption and explain charging in depth. You may want to check them. The links are in the description. But these factors are among the more obvious ones. I was looking at a report from Cox Automotive. It presented a comparison of the total cost of ownership of an EV against an ICE or internal combustion vehicle. The total cost of ownership assumes the purchasing cost and the running cost of a vehicle over 5 years. So while the average cost of an electric car was $52,000 currently against $48,000 for an ICE car, the 5-year numbers significantly increased the gap from $4,000 to $9,000. Another hit to affordability. That gap was sought to be bridged by the incentives available here in the US. But the 7,500 US federal tax credit was not automatic, at least not until Jan 1, 2024, and it had to be claimed as a credit on available and adequate tax liability, thus reducing its application and appeal. This should hopefully change come Jan 1. Moreover, this incentive was also diluted by its other eligibility criteria, that of the cars and the components of the vehicle to be either assembled or be manufactured in North America, and requiring a minimum content of critical minerals from countries which have a free trade agreement with the US. This reduced the available choices for US consumers. Then there is a problem with the electric vehicles themselves. Most legacy makers are yet to fully develop EV platforms ground up. Most models currently in the market are cars built to be gas powered with the drivetrains repurposed to go electric. Such products do not optimize the value of being an EV. For instance, updating software or one pedal driving, some very popular EV features are missing in most of the current cars. Secondly, being new also carries problems. The rate of design and body flaws in electric vehicles could be way higher in comparison to their gas counterparts, factors that reduce the allure of electric vehicles in the minds of prospective buyers. We see some significant and bold step backs on the part of the industry. Less than 1 million EVs were sold in the US this year. In the Q3, EVs constituted only 8% of the overall car sales. There's just a little over half the number in Europe and a fourth of the one in China. Pew Research cited a survey in which only two-fifths of Americans said that they would consider buying an electric vehicle. This has caused big automakers to take the step back, particularly in the form of delayed electric vehicle manufacturing goals. US dealers are holding 92 days worth of EV inventory in comparison to 54 days worth that of ICE cars. Cancelled or reduced production goals too point to a significant hurdle. Though we expect many of these things to correct over time, hopefully almost immediately starting Jan 1, when the tax credit will directly be taken out of the vehicle's price. It is never the same a hurdle. This could also affect the climate transition goals, with cars accounting for so much of the US emissions. I thought this was important to get a context of with the recent price cuts by Tesla and others. So keep watching as we try our best to update these evolving set of factors on our channel for you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.